Hey everyone, Showdown here with the Weekly Watch. This week we got a new Fervor Face video, front page masters of the new season, Mastering Runeterra Pros vs Writers competition, and more coming up. Riot has made the decision to sunset the Expedition game mode in patch 3.8.0 in order to focus their resources into other areas like future expansions. They do mention that there is room for an LoR competitive draft experience, but Expeditions just wasn't it. So cash in your Expedition tokens while you can now that they've removed the cap, and be on the lookout for news about another draft type mode next year sometime. Making their return, Fervor Face has made a new music video for Ari Cannon featuring Manitas. Sung to the tune of Shivers by Ed Sheeran, they deliver another banger LoR parody and ended up getting the deck nerfed again as a result. Check out their other videos too if you've enjoyed this one. The Mastering Runeterra writing team decided to issue a challenge to the pro team in a King of the Hill-esque 5v5. It was Majin Bay, Jay Sensational, Aikado, Kevor, and Henneke versus Sir Termund, Monte Cristo, Lear, Maybenextime, and myself. In the end, it was a 4-1 result for the writers team, with Jay Sensational taking the only win for his team with Leona Yasuo. Speaking of Maybenextime has a small write-up on his thoughts about entry fee tournaments for LoR. He essentially says that paid entries should pretty much be the norm, and it would incentivize tournament organizers to host them, and it would further incentivize players to play their best since something is at stake. Do you agree with what Maybenextime has to say about paid entry? Feel free to let me know in the comments. Start of the new season. A Curious Journeys ranked season has started and we already have a handful of Masters players. Take a look at the front page of America's Ladder. From the 8 players we see here, the decks we got are Papercraft and Nar Akshan, Scouts, Lurk, Draven Scion, Nar Fizz Yordle in Arms, Bandletree featuring Nar, Nar Sejuani, and Sivir Akshan. Quite a slew of new decks and old decks. Also interesting to note that 4 of the decks here are all running Nar, which is quite interesting to note if you're curious about the power level of the new champions. Runeterra Academy had its grand finals to conclude the first Team League series, and Beautiful Gamers 3-0'd Stromboli Gaming to win the tournament and take home the $1,500 prize. It was some hard-fought matches with myself, Showdown, being the one to take it home for the team, going 6-0. Be on the lookout for information about the next edition of Runeterra Academy's Team League soon. The RuneterraLife $1,000 Showdown happened this past weekend. With it being the first big event of the new patch, we got all kinds of decks showing up. After the first day of Swiss, the top 8 ended with Sergey Tu Vamos, Easy to Win, Dudu de Nunu, Pines, Was Russo, Floppy Mudkip, Fansora, and myself, Showdown. The top 8 list consisted of 3 Darkness, 4 Bandletree, 2 Nar Trundle Lines, 3 Scouts, 3 Bandle PNZ Yordle in Arms, 1 Ari Lulu, 2 Zoe Lee Sin, 1 Yumi Pantheon, 1 Ziggs Narburn, 1 Zoe Luxaphilios, 1 Braum Galio, 1 Sejuani Nar, and 1 Tristana Poppy Faceworm. In the end, it was Fansora taking it home with their lineup of Bandletree, Darkness, and Zoe Lee Sin. So while a lot of different decks have shown themselves in the top 8, it looks like the good old classic of Lee plus Darkness plus X still proves to be the top dog. So we have our usual weekly tournaments. Giant Slayers Fight Night, invite only, Americas Monday, Brazil Thursday, and EMEA on Friday. Mystic Shot podcast on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. EST for Americas, but this time they have an expanded prize pool of $210. And finally, RuneterraLife's Runeterra Rumble on Thursday at 6 p.m. EST. This week, the Wednesday night Runeterra tournament by Mastering Runeterra is taking a break in order to bring you a new batch of tournaments, the Mastering Runeterra $100 Daily. For this week, each day from Monday to Friday, there will be a guaranteed $100 prize pool tournament for the Americas region. It'll have an entry fee of $6.50, and if they reach over 20 participants, each one over 20 will add $5 to the prize pool. It starts at 7 p.m. EST, will be 4 rounds of Swiss and cut to top 8 with prizing for the top 4. This coming weekend on the 26th and 27th, we have another APAC tournament, APACalypse. It's a $100 prize pool tournament paid out to the top 8. It'll be Swiss rounds on day 1 starting at 12 p.m. GMT plus 8, and top cut on day 2 starting at 3 p.m. GMT plus 8. Once again, we got the legend Eniamore sending in something for the show, and this time it's some fan art. It's a great sketch of not a Gnelf, not a Gnoblin, but a Gnar.
And you've been known!
That'll wrap it up for this week's LoR Weekly Watch. This week is one of the more exciting weeks with the arrival of the new season and the expansion, so we'll have to see how things settle down as the meta shapes. We're also hopefully expecting some news this week on the future plans of LoR, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.